Here we go with the game from Pittsburgh. The ball 87. Now loose football in the end zone. Denver still in cover. And they come for a touchdown.
The all-time leader receiving touchdowns in the Arena League with, get this, 303. Touchdown, Eddie Brown.
A heart of steel starts to grow. On his life he's being told he'll be nothing when he's old. All the kicks and all the blows, he won't ever let it show. 'Cause he's stronger than you know. A heart of steel starts to grow. When you've been fighting for it all your life, you've been struggling to make things right. It's all superhuman stuff. All the hurt, all the lies, all the tears that they cry. When the moment is just right, you see fire in their eyes. 'Cause he's stronger than you know. A heart of steel starts to grow. When you've been fighting for it all your life, you've been struggling to make things right. It's all superhuman stuff.
Matt Nagy, you quarterbacked in this game 2 years ago. What are your emotions right now?
Well, they're going strong right now. It's really exciting.
He's got a lion in our heart, a fire in our soul. He's got a beast in his belly that's so hard to control. 'Cause they've taken too much hits, they go blow by blow. Now the light him, I just stand back, watch him explode. She's got a lion in our heart, a fire in her soul. He's got a beast in his belly that's so hard to control. 'Cause they've taken too much hits, they go blow by blow. Now the light him, I just stand back, watch him explode, 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 explode. When you've been fighting for it all your life, you've been struggling to make things right. It's all superhuman stuff. You've been fighting for it all your life. You've been working every day and night. It's all superhuman stuff. You've been struggling to make things right. That's how
We did it, baby! No, we did 1-0 each week. We did it.
I don't hear any music. Usually we hear music.
Thank you, Locked In fans, for Inside the Arena. We are again here with NAL CEO Tony Z, our host Hunter, and then the St. Louis Bandits Jeff. Go ahead, Hunter.
Welcome, Jeff. And obviously, we talked a little bit about before the show about the snow in St. Louis, but hopefully we're going to get to some red hot action with the St. Louis Bandits within a few weeks.
Well, like I said, first of all, thank you guys for having me on. Exciting always to be on podcast, but yeah, we're excited for 2021. I know a lot of stuff is going on with the COVID and stuff, but we can't wait to get those guys on the field.
Absolutely. And we talked a little bit beforehand about with you being a former American League coach. So how did you translate from being a coach in arena football to now being an owner? Like, how hard was that transition?
It was pretty easy. I mean, being a general manager, being a coordinator, position coach. I mean, just being around guys that have a lot of experience, learning from owners on how they do things on a daily basis and stuff, and also working with some great coaches, some head coaches and stuff. Just learning everything. And once you learn, the office side, the coaching side, and you put all that together, then voila, then now you can become an owner. Just knowing the logistics and stuff about the financial side, and how to budget and things like that. It's pretty interesting and stuff. And like I said, I had a long journey. I learned a lot from a lot of great people.
All right. For those that are not as familiar with the St. Louis Bandits, what can you tell the fan bases and with the people watching about the team?
Well, first thing first, I mean, the teams have actually came here and not stayed around long. Of course, Tony knows in this sport, just an indoor sport, we have to make it affordable. We have to make it, a friend, where the fans can come out and just enjoy the actual entertainment. I mean, it's all about entertainment, but you got to make it affordable and you got to get out in the community. Those are really important things. And a lot of the coaches around in different leagues don't understand that. You have to make it affordable, and just being out in the community is very important. And also being around some great coaches. I've been around some great coaches in my career, learned a lot from Lee Johnson, Sparky McEwen, Mike Hornsey. I can throw a lot of names out there. And just the reason why I linked up with Lee Johnson and stuff to come back on my staff. He was my boss in San Antonio, Texas. And I'm glad to be working with him now. I'm his boss now. So, but the main thing, like I said, just make it affordable. And I think that's what we're doing in St. Louis. It's getting out in the community. I've been on a lot of TV shows and podcasts and stuff. And that's one thing we're going to do. We're going to not be around 1 or 2, 3 years. We're going to be around a long time. And that's what we plan on. And like I said, I'm glad to be working with Tony. I think this is great for the American Arena League. I think it's great for all the other teams. I think it's going to be very competitive. And I'm looking forward for 2021.
Most definitely. And what's the atmosphere like in St. Louis with football?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, with the Battlehawks just finishing up due to the COVID, they had a short season and they were actually selling out. And I've been getting a lot of people been, just talking to me about, they can't wait to football start and things like that. A lot of positive, the thing is we miss football here because, I went to a couple of Battlehawk games and it was pretty crowded. We got the Blues, we got the Blues and Cardinals, and which everybody love. And I think the thing is not having football around. And now we're getting ready to get a soccer, MLS soccer team, and they're actually building a stadium as we speak. So it's very exciting here in St. Louis. A lot of people can't wait. Like I said, I've been on TV shows, I've been on podcasts, Cardinal Cowboy show, and a lot of people been tweeting in and talking with him on set and stuff. I was on ABC, which is we have Channel 2 News here. A lot of people are excited about the Bandits, and they can't wait to see us on the field.
All right. How big of an effect did the COVID-19 pandemic have, like when preparing for the season, from your perspective as an owner?
Well, first thing first is after everything that's happening around the country. My brother's a federal agent, and that's the one thing about is being safe. About being safe and stuff. I just lost a family member just died from COVID just last week. And I think the thing is, when I met with the family arena and also Tony, the main thing is, we have to still be cautious about everything that's going on around America. Be safe. follow the protocol, things like that. And what the arena has told me is, as of right now, and we're over 50%, by the way, Tony, which is great. So I think we're probably going to be at 75%. All the dinings, the hotels right now, we're at 100% right now. Uh, and the thing is, we're still following the protocol. We actually, they're on their second actually shots and stuff. So hopefully it'll get a lot better around the country. But right here, we're good to go. I mean, even the arena that we're testing at our arena, we're only testing 3 days a week there for the COVID, which allows us to continue to play. Our soccer team plays on Friday nights. They're able to play, so it won't affect us as well. But main thing is just be cautious.
I'm sorry for your loss, by the way. It's a tough situation to be in.
Most definitely. Like I said, my uncle passed away last week. He had COVID, and he was in his early 60s. He has had some health issues and stuff, and he went into the hospital, and then a week and a half later he passed away. So it's just been hard. But like I said, for everything, we just gotta let everyone know, hey, this is serious. Make sure you wash your hands. Make sure you social distancing. Make sure you're doing everything, wearing a mask, all that good stuff. It's very important that we do all the right things and to be safe, and also the people that are around you, make them safe as well.
What is your expectation with the team coming into the season?
Well, I tell people this, when you never know until you get guys on the field. You really don't know anything, even though it's on paper, it doesn't really mean a whole lot. But I have very, very high expectation. My coaching staff, Jamie Martin, which is a former Ram quarterback, played for the Saints, also played for the Jaguars and 49ers. He's a general manager and my quarterback coach. But we are very, very strict, very disciplined. We're going to make sure those guys fly around, make sure they do everything, but we got a very high expectation on our end. We expect a lot on their end as well. That's the reason why myself, Lee Johnson, and Jamie, we're bringing in top players. And like we know it's going to be competition and stuff, but you never know. Regardless what it's on paper, it really don't mean a lot. I mean, when it was in San Antonio, we a lot of people didn't think we was going to win one game, and we ended up going 14-1, and then playoffs we lost a game. In the playoff game, which we had home field advantage at the Alamodome. So you never know what you get until training camp starts, and then until you play your season. But we do have a lot of expectations for the players and ourselves as well.
You mentioned earlier about a lot of great coaches that you've been around, but what are some of the best players that you've been around?
Oh wow, Chris Moore. Joel Wilson played for Jacksonville Sharks. Aaron Garcia was able to coach Aaron Garcia, work with Aaron. We call him AG. Jerome Brown, and while he passed away, he played for the Cowboys. Actually, friend and family was very close to us. I can name a whole bunch of players. Clarence Moore, that played for Mizzou, defensive back. It's just a lot of players I've been around with, and like I said, we just signed Kendall Morris, played for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now I'm excited to be coaching him as well. We got Kelvin Rogers out of Minnesota State, played for the Baltimore Ravens, LA Rams. Also, he's a local kid now. Now Keenan Mace, Coach Keenan was with us in San Antonio, but he's back with us again with me, and he teamed up with me and Lee Johnson. He was with the Dallas Cowboys. We have a lot of NFL guys, a lot of Arena One guys. I have a lot of Arena One guys on my roster. And that's the thing is, and I was telling Tony about this, regardless of what players that you bring in, doesn't really mean a whole lot. The main thing is what you put on the field, and those guys are able to play together. If they're able to play together, execute, and then buy into what you're teaching, you can have a successful team. And the thing is, when we were in San Antonio, again, nobody said, oh, they're going to win one game. We weren't going to make the playoffs. We were 8-0 on the road, and we were 7-1 at home. That's unheard of. And Aaron Garcia put up some phenomenal numbers. We talking 65, 70 points a game. So, and throughout the playoffs, we went in, won the first game, and lost the second game. But the thing, what I'm trying to say, to make a long story short, you gotta be productive. You got to be productive. You got to come in there and you got to work on your craft and then train and then take care of your body. And a lot of these athletes that play in these other leagues, they just sign a contract and they don't take it real serious. But we're gonna be pretty good. And I know some other teams out there gonna be pretty good, and we're excited.
That was a very good and deep list of players, and that was incredible. You mentioned Jerome Brown. He's actually a product out of the state of Florida, down in the Hernando area. So I'm very familiar with how great of a player he was.
Yeah.
And I think if he had a full career, that was a Hall of Fame player right there.
Yeah, most definitely. And like I said, it's a lot of other players I haven't mentioned, but we got Heath Harden out of Miami, Ohio, Atlanta Falcons. I mean, it's a lot of players. Keith Wainwright was in the XFL, linebacker. He's a stud. Ralph Harvey out of University of Houston. He's a stud. I mean, we got some players, and I like I said again, I've been looking at other transactions, looking at other players, other teams and stuff, and I'm excited, and I'm sure it's going to be competitive. I think feels good about the lead and the direction that we're going. It's going to be some great competition.
You mentioned earlier that there is projected to be 75% capacity in St. Louis.
Yes. Right now with the CDC and the fire department, the main thing, they got everything. They got everything. All the seats and stuff all tapered off. Right now, our soccer team is probably bringing in about, I want to say 1,500 to 2,000. So that's not bad for a soccer game. They normally pull in a little bit more, but with the COVID, the car started out and stuff, they kind of went down a little bit. But they're doing pretty good. I think we're gonna do pretty good as well. Like I said, bringing in, I got a quarterback here that's from St. Louis, Drew Hare, out of NIU. He was with the Bears. He's local. He's on my roster. And then Donovan Portier, University of New Mexico, was with the Detroit Lions, Packers, and also he was a two-time league MVP in the CIFL, and also in the NAL. He is great to have. With 6'5", 220. I'm excited to have him as well. Very knowledgeable. Put up some great numbers and stuff. And when you have two good quarterbacks, and actually I got 4 quarterbacks coming into camp, but when you have 2 good quarterbacks coming in that's very experienced, and Donovan played in Arena 1, and that's one thing I coach against him. I know what he can. He threw 11 touchdowns in 1 quarter. So I tell you what, for all you DBs out there and listening, if you don't come to work that day, you better make sure you're ready, because Donovan will pick you apart.
Obviously, I will also mention, since I'm sure that some fans are probably going to be wanting to know, is where would what do they have to do for the tickets, to buy the tickets to be in the stands to watch the Bandits play?
Well, right now we're working on a few things right now. I brought in Mike Thompson. He's my broadcaster. He worked with the Rams for 21 years. I have a lot of people who work for the Rams, but he worked for the Rams. He worked for KMOX, worked for a lot of different radio stations. He is now working. We're working with the college here in St. Charles, Lindenwood University. They got one of the best broadcasting team. So what we're doing now is we're trying to solidify Skype, Facebook, YouTube. And that's what some of the things that we're doing right now. And then we also going to try to tie into the university's radio station. So we know that the high schools and actually the colleges are getting ready to play 4 or 5 games from what I just found out. So it won't have an effect on us. We're going to probably play about, probably like an evening game. So it'll all work out. And I was just on the phone today with Lindenwood, actually a couple of times today. So we're hoping it works out, and that way the fans can watch it live and also listen in as well.
Okay. With you being obviously former coach, as we mentioned earlier, would you say has been probably one of your proudest or favorite moments from your coaching days?
Oh wow! Well, we were on. I was in Oklahoma City. I always bring this back up, but we were in the top 10 on ESPN. You know how you get the top 10 plays, play of the day. Evan Gray threw a touchdown to Al Hunt. It was 10 seconds left in the play. We beat Tulsa. And the ball came off the net, and we won the game. We were we were losing. We won the game. So that was one of my proudest moments. And even in the San Antonio Talons, when I was with Lee Johnson, which again I'm his boss now, we had one against Arizona Rattlers. They were up 21. Well, they were up 21-0. We were on NFL Network, and Aaron Garcia, the second half, we just picked them apart. We ended up winning by 4 or 5 touchdowns, and we ended up winning home field advantage. So those are my best 2 favorite moments.
That's impressive, though. To not only come back from 21 down, but then to dominate the game. That's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, when you playing against a Hall of Famer like Aaron Garcia, this guy is an unbelievable quarterback. And if you watch him in Arena One, he's a guru. He's a master on the field. He can put the ball wherever you want. And like I say, just watching him, and I was like, it was just like I was in a dream. I couldn't believe some of the throws he was making and stuff. And I tell you what, when you were down 21, I believe it was 28-0. I believe it was 28-0, but we came back out, and Lee Johnson was the defensive coordinator, and they didn't score at all no more. So we came back to win the game, and I think that was that was a dream. That was a dream right there. I couldn't believe it. Me and Lee talked about that right today.
Hunter.
Yeah.
One of the things, we didn't share, Jeff's been in the American Arena League before as a coach. He actually coached, Jeff and I initially met 4 years ago. He was the coach of the Grizzlies, High Country Grizzlies in the American Arena League. And we've stayed in touch through the years. And we've always, St. Louis is such a great town, a sports town, and of course the Cardinals and the Blues. So and Jeff's been engrossed in that. So we've been discussing this for about 2 years, and he's made some tremendous strides. I mean, you've heard one thing you've heard consistently from everybody you've spoken to. And I think this is either week 6 or 7 we're doing a podcast, but every week you hear about all the former NFL players that are actually in the American Arena League, and you hear the names and you hear it firsthand. And so Jeff and I have stayed in touch, and he has just done an incredible job in the community of St. Louis. I mean, he's had to sit down with Mr. Bush from Anheuser-Busch, right? And I mean, he's been with the Blues. He's been with the Cardinals. He met with some of the Cardinal players that love what he's doing and are supporting him. And a lot of them have businesses in the community, and they're getting behind him that way. So, Jeff has done a great job in the community. And, and again, with all the NFL players, you hear him. I mean, he's mentioned a number of players with NFL experience on his team. You've heard that every week from our owners and coaches.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's impressive, though. So, for sure. Before we start close up shop here, Jeff, do you have any announcements on your end regarding the St. Louis Bandits?
Well, like I said, I'm very excited. I'm honored to actually be representing the American Arena League. I know a lot of people around the league, just said, I wouldn't say fans or ones that's not fans, but I've been saying things about, the American Arena League is competitive and things like that. I tell you what, when you look at the fact that what Tony is building, the owners, I have a lot of respect for the owners and players that do have respect for Tony, but the ones that don't have respect, it's let me just say this, when I was in Arena One, people talked about us, people wanted us to fail, but but at the end of the day, we had the TV deals and the guys were playing well. We came to work every day, and we had a reason to come to work and stuff. And I think that's what Tony brings a lot of positive energy for a lot of us and stuff. Like I said, again, I respect Tony. I respect all the owners, players. But I think this league is going to do well. And even years to come, Tony has a plan. And I tell you what, for all you listeners out there, you better watch out, because he's doing something special, and I'm excited.
Thank you.
Tony, and last thoughts on your end?
Yeah, we do. Exciting news. We have we have a team in Reading, Pennsylvania. They're actually negotiating for next year to go into the Santander Arena, which is has a hockey rink, but because of the COVID virus, they're not able to do that. State of Pennsylvania is basically shut down, unfortunately. And I can't, and I'm not faulting the governor or the COVID virus has, again, I say this everybody.
Black
So,
out, Tony.
with that being said, I also want to announce that the Jersey Bearcats actually signed. They're building a brand new arena in Jackson, New Jersey, inside a Great Adventure. It's a brand new 8,000 seat arena, and Jersey Bearcats actually signed their lease for next season and in the future. I shouldn't say just next season. They signed a multi-year deal, so they're going to be moving into the brand new arena next year. So that's we're very excited about those two big moves.
Oh wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's and their arena, and I'm not sure how many fans have been out to any of the great adventure parks, but they're fantastic amusement parks, and I think there's a number of them throughout the country. But their arena is actually inside of Great Adventure. If anyone's familiar with New Jersey and New York.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Tony, as always, it was great having you on. Jeff, it was honored to do the interview with you today, and it was good to meet you.
Thanks, hon. I appreciate it. Thanks, Tony, as well.
Thank you, Hunter.
There you go. I don't wanna sell dope no more. I swear this rap shit knocking at my front door. Finally realized that I can't do both. Few M's in, I just need a few more. But I don't wanna sell dope no more. I swear this rap shit knocking at my front door. Finally realized that I can't do both. Few M's in, I just need a few more. Truth is, see, I've been hustling since junior high school. Learned the right move from the right dudes, cold as an ice cube. Today was a good day, banging in a Porsche. No Vaseline, fucking bitches like a horse. King of this shit, I'll say it again. I ain't trying to be friends, bitch, I'm playing to win. Car note ass nigga, yeah, you stay in the Benz. Fucked all your money up and turned that bitch back in. We ain't on the same level, stop fronting the hoes. All you niggas turn from brothers to foes. I ain't really mad, just hurting the end. Especially since we really grew from boys to men. We was up in 112 whipping peaches and cream. Trying to be bad boys and believe in the dream. It's funny how all the bullshit creeping between. So I ain't selling no bricks till the streets is clean, nigga. I don't wanna sell dope no more. I swear this rap shit knocking at my front door. Finally realized that I can't do both. Few M's in, I just need a few more. But I don't wanna sell dope no more. I swear this rap shit knocking at my front door. Finally realized that I can't do both. Few M's in, I just need a few more.
I'm talking white bricks, 06. What you know about that Betty Crocker? Cake mix, with that fork like a magic wand. Do tricks, way that Nina, then I break it down. All nicks, yeah, I'm talking about that soft white, off-white. My 16 like a 36. Alright, now me weighing 125 all night. Jizzle in that 2020 vet, red light. Dope boy with these dope balls. Bag that, yeah, this sig hold a 50 nigga. Bag, yeah, my nigga just touched down. Shit from the deep, got that Cartier vision, nigga. That's what I see, and them 40s got them hair triggers. Don't play with me. What the Yoda tell the Army Hammer? Come lay with me. See, I went from the trap life to the rap life. Favorite rapper never unwrap one, it's cap life. Cause I don't wanna sell dope no more.
I swear this rap shit knocking at my front door. Finally realized that I can't do both. Few M's in, I just need a few more. But I don't wanna sell dope no more. I swear this rap shit knocking at my front door. Finally realized that I can't do both. Few M's in, I just need a few more. wanna sell dope no more. I swear this rap shit knocking at my front door. Finally realized that I can't do both. Few M's in, I just need a few more. But I don't wanna sell dope no more. I swear this rap shit knocking at my front door. Finally realized that I can't do both. Few M's in, I just need a few more. Truth is, see, I've been hustling since junior high school. Learned the right moves from the right dudes, cold as an ice cube. Today was a good day, banging in the Porsche. No Vaseline, fucking bitches like a horse. King good as shit, I say it again. I ain't trying to be friends, bitch, I'm playing to win. Car note ass nigga, yeah, you stay in the bins. Fucked all your money up and turned that bitch back in. We ain't on the same level, stop fronting the hoes. All you niggas turn from brothers to foes. I ain't really mad, just hurting the end. Especially since we really grew from boys to men. We was up in 112 whipping peaches and cream. Trying to be bad boys and believe in a dream. It's funny how all the bullshit creeping between. So I ain't selling no bricks till the streets is clean, nigga. I don't wanna sell dope no more. I swear this rap shit knocking at my front door. Finally realized that I can't do both. Few M's in, I just need a few more. But I don't wanna sell dope no more. I swear this rap shit knocking at my front door. Finally realized that I can't do both. Few M's in, I just need a few more.
I'm talking white bricks, 06. What you know about that Betty Crocker? Cake mix with that fork.
Welcome back, Inside the Arena fans. Again, this is your host, Hunter, and we have Greg Fornario with us. Take it away, Hunter.
We are back, and now we get to chat with a legend, straight from the cold of Pennsylvania, Greg Fornario.
Hey,
welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. How's 2021 for you?
I mean, it's going, I guess, you know. I mean, it's the best we possibly can do with this COVID. I mean, it's shutting down a lot of things and obviously ruining the great sport of arena football as we speak.
Yeah, I hear you on that. It's like this COVID stuff has had effects far and wide, and really it brought the whole everything to a halt a year ago, and we're still feeling the effects from it.
Yeah, I'm surprised really when I first learned about COVID coming out. I really thought it was like a 2-week thing, and then we're just going to get through it. But to be, you know, a year coming up here, like within the next couple of weeks, it's shocking.
The Rough Riders have been a very successful program in arena football with 2 championships since 2017. What do you feel is one of the biggest reasons for that run of success with the organization?
I really believe it's how we recruited. We always recruited to try to be one of the best arena teams, not just the best in our league. You know, and you know, we always kind of did it with certain formulas. You know, we try to get ex-NFL players or D1 guys who, you know, couldn't get to the NFL but were able to play on D1 level. Or experienced arena guys. We rarely went with, you know, just, you know, rookie out of the mix or some guy who didn't play arena football before. Even in 2017, my first year in the league, I was lucky enough to have a team in Richmond in which they had a history in Richmond with different teams, and a lot of guys, you know, came and played with us who once played on those teams. So having arena experience is huge to play arena football, and we kind of did it, you know, 3 ways, and that was like arena experience, D1 ball players, and ex-NFL, and that's kind of how we built our team for 3 years.
And you would say that that's basically the blueprint that you always look for when you're scouting for talent, to say that is a Rough Rider, that's the guy I want?
Yeah, I mean, certain positions, let me give you an example. Your skill positions, man, they really need to have arena experience. If I can give anybody advice right now is putting a brand new team in the league or just trying to field a team, if they think they're going to go with wide receivers and DBs that really haven't played arena, it's okay sneaking one or two in, right? Especially if they're like a D1 ball player. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have all experienced skill position guys for sure, and you'll have that step ahead from everybody. If they don't go that route.
Obviously, COVID-19 has had impact on across all sports, including arena football. What have been some of the biggest challenges for the Rough Riders as a result of it?
So a lot of people don't understand, but the nature of the arena football business, no matter if you're in it for the first year or you're in it for 10 years, every year you need to front money before the season starts. The owner got to dish out money before the season starts, and then you take in sponsorships, you take in season tickets. So there's a lot of money at the front every single year. And for this pandemic to hit, where and when it hit, it really hurt a lot of owners out there because we were getting ready for camp, in which all the money was fronted, and then boom, it was just taken away from us. So now you're out all that money. So, and then you're scratching your head, is like, is this pandemic for real? Is it 2 weeks? Is it 3 months? Is it going to come back? And as it kept on going month to month to month, it just seemed like it kept on getting more serious and serious and serious and serious. So for us, right around the September mark is when we would then be right back at it with our front office, hitting the sponsorships up, doing a lot of different things to try to get up, for the following year. And not just having the knowledge that you might not be able to have full capacity by spring. The biggest thing was the town itself, all the cities that all these teams are in. The teams are not the only one that got affected. The restaurants got affected. You need the restaurants. They need to feed your players. The hotels got affected. Sometimes you have a trade deal with these guys and they'll house your players. All these sponsors got affected. So to make this go, you need fans and you need sponsors. So if they're telling you that you cannot have fans or a certain amount of fans, what sponsor are you going to hit up that been hurting for 7 or 8 months and say, hey, you want to give me 3,000 or 4,000 to put your name on our shirt? Like no one is in that situation right now. So you're going to see this year a lot of lack of sponsorships as well as lack of attendance. And that can be very, very, very ugly for some of these teams, and they might fold if they end up playing.
Prior to this season, the Rough Riders were preparing for their first season in the National Arena League. Then COVID-19 stopped the season before it could even start. But now heading into 2021, the Rough Riders are planning to play as independent. What led to that decision, and was the pandemic the primary factor for that?
So we made our mind up in September that we weren't going to come back and play. We made our mind up in September that we were going to go dark in 21 due to the pandemic. And at that point, I just felt it was best to see if, let me put my team for sale. It is a pretty successful franchise. We're 32-2. We won a couple championships. The brand is out there. The name is out there. And we have a good town, a good city, a good following. So you know what? Let's put it for sale and see if anybody bites. I understand, it might not be the best time to sell arena football business in a pandemic, but there are some people out there that were trying to get a good deal and so on and so forth and come forward. So right now, we are just kind of taking offers, entertaining offers, and some are, some more serious than others, but that team is still not sold and it's still my team. And talking to some players and coaches and the arena, they mentioned that come, summer, they can have about 30% capacity in the building. Well, my arena holds 5,200 people. So that 30% is 1,560 people. We feel that we can sell that out in West Virginia because we have a good fan base. We're going to start out with an alumni game in which we're going to bring back a ton of players that played in 2017 to the 2020 roster. And we're going to play against each other. And that's going to be a really good game because we have a lot of great talent to go head to head with each other. That's going to be fun, exciting, and the fans. And then we're going to play 2 independent games. And why we can play independent games and why not the league is because you take a ton of expenses right out the window. There's no traveling. There's no housing. There's no feeding these players. There's no full year, 12-month workman's comp. There's no, some of these guys get paid pretty decent amount of money, to play a whole season. You don't have to do that. It's, we're just playing, 3 games. And that's also to help, give that back to the community and the fan base, because I know we're itching for it, the players are itching for it, and the fans. So to have football back in that capacity is still pretty decent rather than trying to take on a whole season at 30%, because you'll never make it financially.
That makes sense. And I would, and would you say then that the fan restrictions played even like one of the major parts, in addition to obviously the pandemic, to not why you weren't going to be playing in the NAL this season?
Yeah, I think the big thing was sponsorships. I mean, I've seen the city get, damaged with COVID. I mean, I've seen certain sponsors that sponsored me before close their doors for good. We were fortunate in 2019. We had 5 different restaurants give us food vouchers throughout the season. We all know restaurants been taking one of the biggest hits in the pandemic. How are they going to say, hey, I'm going to feed 30 guys all season long? I mean, there's a lot of just obvious things that you cannot get, A lot of these sponsors too is mom and pops. Very rare you have these big time corporations coming out and sponsoring arena football teams. So the mom and pops are hurting. If it's a restaurant, if it's, towing company, if it's a pizzeria, if it's a clothing company, a tanning salon, a gym. I mean, all these people have been shut down for months and months and months. So I saw that I know we weren't going to be able to get the funds that needed to be on the sponsorship end. And then not having the green light to play with full capacity, it hurt. So, and even today, I talked to Arena the other day, and they're saying, we can get to 30% by summer, and we probably won't be able to even get to 50% until fall. Well, I know a lot of these arena football teams ain't selling out their arena, and we weren't selling out our arena, but we were right around the 2,500 mark to 3,000 a game. And we needed that to survive for the season. 1,560, we would never be able to make a 12-game season, an 8-game season. There's no way. The traveling costs, you got to put 31 guys on an airplane. That's not cheap. So these things were not going to make sense financially.
I completely understand that. And that is a side of it that is something that's been having a huge effect across the board as well. It's like, because I know when it comes to like college football and even the NFL, these teams were losing money too because of the reduced fans. But at the same time, they have other ways to make up costs. But with arena football, it's a fan base. That's a huge portion of the revenue. And in addition to sponsorships, like you said, though, with those two things being hampered by the pandemic, it's a tough financial spot to be in.
No, it really is. And I always told myself I will never fold during the season. I'm not that guy. I don't ever want to be that guy. I don't want to disappoint the fans, the players, the coaches, the other teams. I would never do that. And the writing was on the wall. If you try to force it, then, if you try to force this, it's going to happen. And I feel, you just saw today, the IFL moved their season back to April. And they redid their schedule. And you also saw the NAL did that. And I'm sure the CIF is right around the corner. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be able to not be able to play in April and May, but if they are able to play and certain teams didn't get the sponsorships that they really wanted and they really can't get the attendance, you're going to see record-breaking people just fold mid-season and blame it on COVID. They did not want to do that.
I was actually about to get to that question about obviously with the NAL pushing their season back. In your opinion, do you actually think they will even make it through a full season?
So the unfortunate situation is you have all these different cities with different rules. I think Jacksonville would be able to play no doubt in my mind. There's a lot of things going on in Florida with big crowds, right? But how about Albany? New York's really pretty strict. Carolina is kind of strict. Jersey's really strict. So the problem is you have to have everybody on the same page to make this happen. Orlando Predators plays at the Amway. And even though it's Florida, that arena has some strict rules. And if you just follow NBA, the Orlando Magic's only allowed to have 2,200 people there. So Orlando Predators actually did decent attendance last year. And it's very, very, very expensive to play there. So I don't know what their deal is, but I'm sure he would not be happy if he can only do 2,200 people.
Oh, I agree. Like that's something that I have seen a lot of is nothing's really consistent because like you mentioned with like Albany and like you can go to New Jersey, like some of these, like some states, they're very strict with what kind of fan regulations you got. I know that compared like Florida versus, I'll go to high school for an example. Like in Florida, there's, for the most part, it's county by county. But like I know in like Pennsylvania, I think they actually mandate like mask requirements even for athletes like during the game. But you really don't see that here in Florida outside of a few counties.
So if I would have signed up this year to play in the NAL, according to my arena and the state laws of West Virginia, currently right now, they're allowed 10% in their arena. That would be 520 people, okay? They said they can probably get to 30% by June, and that's not even guaranteed. So I would have to make that decision on, can I actually play a game with 700 people in my building, and then you got to come to the decision, can I upcharge the tickets? Can I knock everybody over the head and say, hey, there's no more $12 get in ticket. It's like $30 to get in. And then the fan might be like, I'm not paying $30 when I'm used to paying $12, so it's just a big question mark that if you don't make the right move, you're going to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, or you're going to fold and upset everybody. So, I mean, look at The Rock. The Rock bought the XFL and said, and he bought it he bought it like 6-7 months ago. And at that time, he said, we're not playing until 22. Didn't want to even deal with a possibility of this mess, So I hope that they do play, but some teams are going to be able to survive and some teams are not. That's just how it is across the board, CIF, IFL, NAL. And you know how that is. When a team folds, it messes up everything. It messes up the schedule. It messes up everything. So, that's why I kind of, didn't want to stress about it.
I know we talked a little bit about the additional like elevated costs associated with COVID within running an organization, but what are some like additional ones that have really popped up just as a result of the pandemic itself?
That didn't pop up?
No, like that just popped, like testing and stuff like that. Like, is that like an additional cost that is on the organization?
So, like I said, yes, I have I guess it's all about what you have going on, but I have a trade deal with the hospital that I had in 2019. I contacted them in September because I was trying to weigh out all my options. I was like, hey, if we have testing at the time, can we do a trade deal with that? And we couldn't. Had to be something completely different. And, I was going to test, obviously, all players, all coaches, myself, the ball boys, the referees, the chain gang, anybody who's going to be in the mix, close to 40 people, and they were going to charge me, it's going to be like probably another $2,000 a game. And now you're like paying another $2,000 a home game. You're taking less crowd into, less fans are entering the building and less sponsors come in. It really just did not make any sense. So yes, it's like I said, it's going to be the very, very, very strong financially are going to survive if they play this year.
We talked a little bit earlier about the independent schedule, but like it was how many games exactly did you say that you are going to be playing or
So
planning to play?
we're going to play 3 games. We were always set to play alumni game. That's something we really wanted to do. And most likely, we're going to play the alumni game in mid-July. And then we are going to play 2 games, 2 independent games, one in beginning of August probably, and one in the end of August.
Has there been any teams that have shown interest in playing y'all for those games yet?
Yeah. The minute I put this out, I got hit up probably with 6 to 8 teams. One team we're definitely going to take in is the New England Cavalry for 2 reasons. One, they always come professionally. They do the right thing. Because I played them now. We play them 2 times so far. They come correctly and they put up a good fight. 2019 season, we went 13-0, and our closest game was against them. We only beat them 28-24. So that should be pretty fun for the crowd and the fan base to see that game again. And to be honest with you, we're not going to be that same team. We're not going to be the 2019 Rough Riders because those guys are playing elsewhere or doing other things. So it's going to I'm going to have to put a whole new little team together.
Obviously with you mentioned 2019 as well as like the past success that we mentioned earlier in the show. Could we see Coach Mook on the sideline sometime down the line for the Rough Riders?
Coach Mook 100% will be at all 3 of those games. He will be. He's going to coach the alumni game, and he's going to coach the 2 independent games. Yeah, this is a decision that me and him made together over many phone calls.
With this alumni game, would it mostly be retired players, or would it be open to anyone who expressed interest in playing?
It's strictly anybody who ever wore a Rough Rider uniform. In 2017, in 2018, in 2019, and then whoever was on my roster in 2020. Anybody from those years, those 4 years, or able to play. And I'm actually making the phone calls. I made a lot of phone calls today to some guys, see if they're interested in playing. The guys that would be not really able to play, or any guys who are committed right now to play in the IFL or NAL, because obviously, if their season goes, they'll be playing. So, and there's probably a handful of guys that would be playing elsewhere if we decide to have this game in July.
What led to the alumni game being formed, and was it a complicated process to get that set up?
We actually was talking about during 2019. We just had a lot of great players come and go from our. We had Robert Meacham from the New Orleans Saints. He played with us in 2018, wide receiver. We had Greg Hardy from Dallas Cowboys, who's now fighting UFC. He played with us in 2018. We had great quarterbacks. Arvell Nelson played for Washington Valor. Robert Kent, played forever. Great player. Great wide receivers. Good defensive backs, linebackers. So we were just kind of goofing off one time, saying how great would it be to see them versus each other and kind of pick teams and go up against each other. That'd be great fun for everybody involved and the fans, and to see this go down. And so then we just kind of took it to a more serious level and said, let's do it. And so we're going to kind of have Coach Mook and one of our other coaches, Coach Team Mook, and then we'll have two other of my coaches, be the other side. And we're thinking about seeing what players commit to us that will play, and then we'll have a draft system, of who's on what team.
Okay. Before we close up for the night, is any last thoughts or thing you want to share with the fan base watching?
At this point, I know we all love arena football. I love it more than anybody. I hope and pray that we all get to be able to see a season this year from all 3 of the great leagues: CIF, IFL, NAL, and you're definitely going to see us play alumni game in July and 2 independent games in August. And then from there, 2022, we'll see. We can possibly come back and play if all the smoke clears. I don't see why not.
Well, it's an honor to have you on here, and best of luck to the Rough Riders.
Hey, thank you for having me, and talk to you soon.